The year is 1804. Across the world, revolutionary ideas reach a breaking point. Empires face internal and external challenges. New nations emerge, and power is redefined through ambition and authority. From declarations and coronations to resistance and reform, 1804 stands as a year of transformation, one that reshapes political structures and alters the course of global history. In this video, we'll explore the key events of 1804 and how they changed the world. January 1st, Haiti gains independence from France, becoming the first independent black state in the New World. February 4th, the Sokoto Caliphate is founded in West Africa. February 14th, the first Serbian uprising begins the Serbian Revolution. By 1817, the Principality of Serbia will have proclaimed self-rule from the Ottoman Empire, the first nation-state in Europe to do so. February 15th, New Jersey becomes the last of the northern United States to abolish slavery. February 16th, First Barbary War. Stephen Decatur leads a raid to burn the pirate-held frigate USS Philadelphia at Tripoli to deny her further use by the captors. February 18th, Ohio University is chartered by the Ohio General Assembly. February 20th, Hobart is established in its permanent location in Van Diemen's Land, modern-day Tasmania, as a British penal colony. February 21st, Cornishman Richard Trevithick's newly built Penydarren steam locomotive operates on the Merthyr Tramroad between Penydarren and Merthyr Tydfil and Abercynon in South Wales, following several trials since February 13th, the world's first locomotive to work on rails. February 22nd to April 22nd, 1804 Haiti Massacre, an ethnic cleansing with the goal of eradicating the white population on Haiti. March 4th to March 5th, the Castle Hill Convict Rebellion breaks out in New South Wales, led by Irish convicts in Australia. March 7th, in Britain, John Wedgwood founds the Royal Horticultural Society. Thomas Charles is instrumental in founding the British and Foreign Bible Society. March 10th, Louisiana Purchase, Three Flags Day. In St. Louis, a formal ceremony is conducted to transfer ownership of Louisiana Territory from France to the United States. March 17th, Friedrich Schiller's play Wilhelm Tell is first performed at Weimar under the direction of Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. March 21st, the Napoleonic Code is adopted as French civil law. April 2nd, 40 merchantmen are wrecked when a convoy led by British frigate HMS Apollo runs aground off Portugal with considerable loss of life. April 4th, Samuel Taylor Coleridge sets sail on the Speedwell for the Mediterranean. In Malta, he obtains employment as a public official. April 5th, the High Possil meteorite, the first recorded meteorite to fall in Scotland in modern times, falls at High Possil. April 26th, Henry Addington resigns as Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. May 10th, William Pitt the Younger begins his second term as Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. May 14th, the Lewis and Clark expedition departs from Camp du Bois and begins its historic journey by traveling up the Missouri River. May 18th, Napoleon Bonaparte is proclaimed Emperor of the French by the French Senate. May 21st, Père Lachaise Cemetery, a 118-acre, 0.48 square kilometers cemetery in Paris, France, is opened. June 9th, Beethoven's Symphony No. 3 in E-flat is premiered in Vienna. June 15th, the 12th Amendment to the United States Constitution is ratified by New Hampshire and arguably becomes effective, subsequently vetoed by the governor of New Hampshire. June 21st, Smithson Tennant announces the discovery of the elements iridium and osmium. 3 days later, William Hyde Wollaston reveals to the Royal Society that he is the formerly anonymous discoverer of palladium. July 11th, Aaron Burr, Vice President of the United States, shoots former U.S. Secretary of the Treasury Alexander Hamilton during a duel. Hamilton dies the next day. July 27th, The 12th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, which reforms the way that candidates for president and vice president are chosen, is ratified by Tennessee, removing doubt surrounding adoption. August 11th. In reaction to Napoleon being proclaimed Emperor of France, Francis II assumes the title of a hereditary Emperor of Austria as Francis I, in addition to his title as Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire. This latter title will become obsolete 2 years later, when the formation of the Confederation of the Rhine instigated by Napoleon signals the end of the Holy Roman Empire. August 20th. Lewis and Clark. Expedition, the Corps of Discovery, whose purpose is to explore the Louisiana Purchase, suffers its only death when Sergeant Charles Floyd dies, apparently from acute appendicitis. September 1st. German astronomer K. L. Harding discovers the asteroid Juno. October 5th. Action of October 5th, 1804. War between Spain and the United Kingdom is triggered by the battle between 4 British warships, Indefatigable, Medusa, Amphion, and Lively, and 4 Spanish frigates, Maide, Fama, Clara, and Mercedes, all carrying treasure and merchandise. Captain Graham Moore of Indefatigable informs Spanish Admiral José Bustamante of his orders to detain the treasure-laden ships, and, not receiving a satisfactory answer, an action commenced. La Mercedes is sunk, and the other 3 ships surrender. October 8th. Jean-Jacques Dessalines holds his coronation as Jean-Jacques I, Emperor of Haiti. November 3rd. The Treaty of St. Louis is signed by Quashquame and William Henry Harrison. Controversy surrounding the treaty eventually causes the Sauk people to ally with the British during the War of 1812 and is the main cause of the Black Hawk War of 1832. November 20th. Said bin Sultan, Sultan of Muscat and Oman, starts to rule. November 30. The Democratic-Republican-controlled United States Senate begins an impeachment trial against Federalist partisan Supreme Court of the United States Justice Samuel Chase on charges of political bias. He is acquitted by the United States Senate of all charges on March 1, 1805. December 2nd. Coronation of Napoleon I. At the Cathedral of Notre-Dame de Paris, Napoleon crowns himself as the first emperor of the French in 1,000 years. Witnessing this, Simón Bolívar dedicates himself to liberating Venezuela from Spanish rule. December 3rd. Thomas Jefferson defeats Charles C. Pinckney in the United States presidential election. December 12th. Spain declares war on the United Kingdom. Date unknown. The Nguyen Dynasty Emperor Gia Long changes his country's official name from Jai Viet to Vietnam. Morphine is first isolated from the opium poppy by the German pharmacist Friedrich Serturner. Matthew Flinders recommends that New Holland be renamed Australia, from the Latin Australis meaning of the South. Shimizu Gumi, predecessor of Shimizu Corporation, a major construction company in Japan, is founded in Kanda region, Edo, modern-day Tokyo. World population reaches 1 billion people. As 1804 draws to a close, its significance becomes unmistakable. The events of this year did not merely respond to the past. They actively forged a new political reality with lasting consequences. 1804 reminds us that history is often rewritten in moments of bold decisions and dramatic change, leaving marks that endure for generations. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel for more history content.